What's going on, everybody? My name is Tamar Turner, and I'm the host of the Down to Business podcast, where the mission is to really provide exposure to businesses, entrepreneurs, and artists all around the world in their respective crafts. And we do so through audio and visual interviews where we come on and we talk about all things from getting into the business to most memorable moments to even some advice that you may give for other business owners and entrepreneurs out there. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, we'd love to have you on for an interview. Please be sure to reach out via any social media platform and we'll definitely get back to you. But until then, enjoy this episode. What's going on, everybody? I just want to welcome you back to another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner. And man, I really just want to apologize to y'all. I feel like I haven't given y'all some content in a little minute. Definitely been doing a lot, as far as giveaways go and mask and taking care of people and partnering with different businesses and stuff like that. But as far as the episodes and just bringing on different business owners and entrepreneurs and stuff, I feel like I was kind of lacking in that regard. So I do want to apologize to y'all, but always do want to send my love and appreciation for continuously tapping in with me, continuously, making things happen. So something that I just spoke about, partnering with a lot of people for giveaways. And each month moving forward, we're actually going to be partnering with a business or maybe even two, depending on how I'm feeling for a giveaway. So I'm actually excited to be sitting down with my boy Hot Rod today. Some of you know him as Dad. Some of you call him Rodney, whatever you might. But we actually partnered with him when we got things started, the Wall Tats. And he was actually our first giveaway. And we got so much, positive feedback, so much love just between Instagram and between Twitter that we actually, instead of selecting one winner, we ended up selecting three. So we were able to take care of three people and get them some things shipped out. So it's definitely a pleasure. Always good to sit down, not only with another business owner, another entrepreneur, but always good to sit down with the bros too. So Hot Rod, how you doing today, dog?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Like you said, this is my guy from college, man. UZ with the win again. But yeah, man, I'm just excited to be here, man. Like I said, this is one of my favorite podcasts. I listen to a lot of episodes, so it's crazy that I'm on here right now.
Absolutely. And if I can definitely, attribute my success and attribute just the love to somebody, it's definitely Hot Rod, somebody who, early in stages of my podcast, he was always, he'd send me the episodes, send me different snippets, even he actually was the one who got me into the Joe Budden podcast. I pull up on him sometimes when I was still at ECU in the summer and we just kick back, and just watch a couple episodes and everything like that. So I definitely do appreciate you, bro, for everything, just for continuously tapping in with me, giving me feedback, sending people my way, and even partnering with me for the giveaway. So, for everybody out there who, may know you, may not know you, may know me, may not know me, may be tapped in with the podcast, may not be tapped in with Down to Business. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and then what brings you on the podcast today?
Yeah, man. Hey, before I talk about me, I'm going to give you your flowers too, man. I don't know if I ever told you, but I remember the first time you was a freshman at ECU, probably. It was like an event and then you was just talking, like you was going back and forth with like whoever was hosting to me. And I'm like, only thing I can think of, I don't even know this dude. I'm like, damn, but I like how he talked though. Like that boy talk like he knows something. You feel me? So it's like, it's cool. Like this you right here, like what you doing, bro.
That's love, bro. I appreciate that. And that really just, Hot Rod's never told me that. So it just really goes to show it's a testament to something that I speak on, daily, and something that I even posted yesterday. You never know who's watching. You never know who's looking at you. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. That's one of my all-time favorite quotes. So, just always be you, be authentic, be genuine. So I appreciate that, dog, from the bottom.
Yeah, for sure, man. And about me, like I got the Wall Tats, so I basically what I do is it was kind of a hobby, bro, and it was like I never even planned on turning it into a business until like the demand was just high. It was like I was telling people I started off doing it in college just for me. And just like in college, people come to the crib, they see the wall, like I got pictures everywhere. They like, yo, like where you get those from? I'm like, man, I make them on my own. And so people like, can you make it for me? Can you make it for me? One thing led to another. It was just like I just kind of started doing it. It took off from there, man. So
And it's crazy to think about, for those of you who may have never, pulled up on Hot Rod into his house or kicked it with him at ECU, that was something that I always, noticed and loved. Every time I would come over, every time I pull up on him, he'd have a different one to the collection or he'd post a wall on Instagram or something like that. And I'd be like, dang, that's cool. And that's just crazy because as somebody, who grown up, we all have, like, I wouldn't really say I was like a poster, like lover or like somebody like that, but I would say I'm somebody who loves like memorable pictures or memorable moments or things that you can, just document or hang up or frame and different things like that. So going over there and just seeing, he'd have things from like sports to like movie scenes to video games to music, entertainment, you name it. So it was just cool how, and it all just really seemed to flow. Like, I don't know if that was something that he did like intentionally, but the wall really flowed. Like everything kind of just made sense. And it was just really cool. Some of the things that were depicted and some of the things that were illustrated. So in the beginning, I know that you said a lot of people, were coming to you and really just asking, could they make it? And what could you make it for them and different things like that. So at what point did you really realize, like, I mean, yeah, this did start as a hobby, but I'm getting a lot of like love, a lot of feedback. This might be something that, I really should just start doing, maybe even offer as a service. Like, when was that for you?
So it was really like, because I do this, I got to give credit to my man Courtside Cortland. He was the one that when we lived together, he used to do his wall like this. And I'm like, damn, that's cool. So that's really how I started and got into it. So I got to give a shout out to Cortland on that. But when I realized that it could like really be a business type thing, I say like right around when the pandemic started. So that was about 6 months after I graduated college. You know what I'm saying? I came back. It was like kind of like the thing where people knew that's what I did. So I would be getting messages like, yo, like, can you make this post of me? Can you make this picture here, picture there? And I'm like telling people, nah, like, I don't do that no more. Like, I don't even have access to the printer because I did it on campus. So I'm telling like a bunch of people no. But then it was just like, it got to a point where it's like every week somebody asked me for something. So I'm like, man, I got to do something. Let me just figure out something. And then, what I'm saying, I just started planning and just trying to figure out different stuff, like looking, researching all types of stuff. And then once I just started taking it serious and start promoting it more, it just kind of like flowed right back in, man. So it was pretty good that I did that for myself first. So like as I transitioned into business, it was kind of smooth.
That's crazy just to think about. It's amazing when sometimes there's something that we look at or not even really pay attention to and consider something like you said, you kind of just stopped, or like you said, you didn't have access to the printer, different things like that. But how people are kind of just like, wow, like this was my go-to guy for that. This was somebody who I thought, I could come for this. And with that then motivates you to do or kind of think like, wow, like you said, you kind of took a step back and said, all right, this is something I got to do, for me or myself, or just be strategic about it and then make your next movie and next decision from there. So, as you were kind of generating this business and getting things together and, dealing with people, taking care of people and adopting new clientele, were there any issues that you ran into kind of early on that you kind of just had to overcome, or any changes that you had to make early on in order to really make this a successful business for you?
Yo, it's so funny that you say that, bro. Like it literally happens every day, but you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's happening right now, like as I'm doing this podcast, but you'll never know. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I gotta find a way to work around. I'm gonna go through it or go around this. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just can't get caught up, and you gotta find a way, man. But it literally happens so often.
Crazy just for people who think, looking from the outside in, like sometimes it just looks like it's all together. Like I would say my dog is, I wouldn't say that I'm just looking at Hot Rod, looking at the Wall Tats and thinking that, he has it all figured out. He has it all together. He doesn't struggle. But when you look at the page, when you look at the promotion, when you look at the content, when you look at how much he's doing, look, my dog, I'm going to give you your flowers real quick too, man. I might as well, just because I swear, since I saw the Instagram page, he blew up. The Wall Tats page got mad support. Since I saw him on Twitter going crazy, blew up. Then I just saw, my dog has been at every pop-up shop in North Carolina. I swear, every flyer that I see, he's on it. The Wall Tats is smacking there. He got a new partnership that we're going to talk about a little later. Definitely excited for that. But my dog has really just been grinding. And like he said, it's something that it started as a hobby. It started from looking at, big shout out to my dog, Courtside, Vortside. That's my guy. I miss my guy for sure. But it started at him looking at that and admiring that and saying, dang, that's something I want to do. And now look at what he's doing now. He's showing up to other businesses. He's plugging other people, and he sent people my way as far as a podcast. And I was really glad that, we were able to not only partner for the giveaway, but even partner and come together to do this episode. So my dog Hot Rod has really been making it happen. Like he said, he's either going to let it make him or break him, in a sense. You're either going to let it stop you, or you're going to find a way to work around it and find a way to get it done. So I definitely do admire that work ethic, admire that hustle, admire that grind. I want you to keep going, dog. Keep pulling up to these pop-up shops. Keep doing the polls, asking people, are they pulling up this weekend, what they got going on. Keep doing the sales and everything like that. It's just crazy, just everything that you go through internally, but what people see and just the success and everything, and how you're such an inspiration, and not only myself but others out there. I see people post all the time that, you hooked them up, whether it be from a graduation poster to the DMX one you sent me, rest in peace to a legend, but how you're really making these moments and different things and periods in people's life really special for them. So it's just really crazy just to see that, but then to also know that you're overcoming things on your own, whether it be the business side of things, whether it be the personal side of things, socioeconomic, whatever the case may be. So it's just amazing to see all the work you're doing. So kind of get it spoiled up a little bit. So I want to really just get right into it. So Michael's, it's crazy that you got that partnership, just because I was introduced to the store Michael's in kind of a crazy way. Like I had an arts and crafts project for I want to say I was in middle school. Yeah, it was for like a mentally gifted class that I was in, basically for like a higher for people, who just excel a little bit, kind of like an honors class. And so I'm not artistically inclined whatsoever. Like I can't draw. I'm stick figures. I'm abstract art. I'm gonna draw a bunch of lines, try to color it all together. I can't really get it done in that category. But my dad is pretty artistic. Like he can kind of make things happen. So he was really pressing me to, make this project, make it pop, make it spaz. And plus I was in an honors class, so I really had to come correct. So we just went into Michael's and we literally had a field day. I spent hours in his arts and crafts store just trying to get stuff together and different things like that. And it was my first time ever going. Had never been here, had always drove past it, saw how big it was, but really stepping in here and going in, I was just like, wow, I didn't really realize so much that they had to offer. And the people were really helpful, great customer service, great store. Ended up, passing the project, just to make a long story short. But I really just want to talk about, and not only talk about, but congratulate you first and foremost on the partnership with Michael's and everything that you're doing. But can we just talk about that process for everybody out there who may not know what's going on? And can we just talk about a little bit for what you can about everything that entails and how people can take advantage of it?
Man, so really, like how you say you went into Michael's and just go around, I still do the same thing even today. Like there's so much stuff in the store, like just everywhere. Sometimes I go in there, I might not even get nothing that day, but I'll plot on something that I know I might need next time, or something that I can work towards to get to. But really though, as far as getting a partnership, it was kind of like I wanted to do it on my own, like as far as like sending frame or getting frames on my own. But it's like I don't make the frame, so it's like, let me not make my job harder. Let me go through somebody who already has them and they can handle that, so I don't have to touch it. So it was kind of like I went in there and talked to a manager one day, and I told him about my business and like how I do things and stuff. And then she was like, oh, like if you want to do that, and we have an affiliate program, you can go online. And I signed up for it, but like it's probably like a million people doing that. So they had me on the back burner for like 2 or 3 months, like application pending. So I always would find a way, like, all right, contact this person, that person, like, yo, like, what's up with the application? And then like when they finally got it approved, I don't know what the trick was with it, and then it just it happened. I'm like, yo, then I have like access to the whole store, and they gave me like, I have 113 total links. So it's like breaks down to every section of the store. So if Michael's, it's like a huge selection. So really anything in Michael's, I have access to.
That's crazy. That's just, you even you just motivated me to kind of think about some different things that I could do with partnerships. And I live right down the street from my iHeartRadio. And I was actually on their page a couple of weeks ago, just seeing any job applications or just anything that they had just opportunity wise for, whether it just be for the podcast, whether it just be for me, because that's the lane that I want to be in. But I really just might go up there now and just, because I drive past almost every day on my way to work. So I really might just stop by and do that. But that's just crazy what just sometimes just stepping out and really just going to talk to somebody, just really telling them what you do, what partnership can come from that, what, just a conversation. And then, like you said, just still being on the back burner, just knowing that you're not the only person trying to be in this position, trying to make this opportunity come forth for you, but not letting it deter you, not giving up, still, pressing forward. And then look what that done for you. And now look what that's doing for your clientele. And I'm pretty sure I also noticed too, that once you kind of announced that people show love to that, and that it even boosted you a little bit too. So I love that. And it just goes to show that, look, man, sometimes all it is a conversation. All it is a connection, just putting your name out there. Sometimes just making yourself uncomfortable a little bit and having that conversation, but also staying persistent and consistent, recognizing that, look, if you haven't heard anything back in a week or two or a month or something like that, double back, check again. Don't just accept that, if at the end of the day, take no for no. Don't take a no response as a no. They might have not have seen it, or they might be waiting for people to really follow up, because like he said, it's probably thousands of people that want to be in this position. So they know the serious people are people who are going to reach out again, maybe walk back in the store, maybe say something else, or maybe mention your name or your business so that it can get to the front and to the top of these lists. So that's really what's up, dog. I'm definitely excited for everything that comes to that. So, just looking long term, looking at the horizon, looking at everything that the Wall Tats is doing and trying to currently do, is there anything that you would say that, or is there anything that somebody has come to you and asked you for that you may not have been able to do more recently that you're kind of looking to get into, like maybe like a new type of printing style, new type of design, or anything like that?
Man, like it's crazy because it happens a lot too. But what I've learned is I'm not gonna tell somebody no. I'm gonna just figure it out. And so it's happened like a few times, but it's like it's good though, because it teaches me like a new skill to add to it. So it's like if I do this one time, like, okay, all right, let me get better at doing it. But it's people ask for like different stuff a lot. And fortunately, every time they've asked for it, I figured it out on my own. And it's like at that moment when they ask, I have no idea. But it's like, I'm not going to tell them no. I'm going to just figure it out first. You know what I'm saying? Just go like that. So it happens often. So like, I mean, I guess I'm lucky or whatever you want to call it. It's just like, I kind of like, I'm not going to take no as an answer. It's just, I'm going to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, truly, that's really a great mentality, a good mindset to have and adopt, especially with having your own business, having your own craft. Look, I may not know how to do it. I may not necessarily have everything or have all the resources, but I'll be damned if I, just let it pass me by or just say no or just be like, nah, try to move you on to somebody else. I'm definitely going to try to either A, plug you in with somebody else, B, try to learn myself and figure things out, or C, all of the above, do both, but also, in turn learn so that next time you come to me or next time somebody else comes to me, I could say, okay, I got this down packed. I did this, I did that, and now I'm here with it. So I definitely do love to hear that. And I'm excited for everything because I know this is really just, you kind of just getting started. It really just seems like it all just happened so fast to me. Like everything just really blew up, bro. Just to see it kind of before you were posting, before you even had the Wall Tats page, just doing it more so from your page and tagging people, then branching off, making a separate social media page. And now just seeing all the success and stuff is really just surreal for me, bro. So just in everything, from the time you got started, from making the Instagram to really just transitioning over to like the business side of things and really just, branding yourself as the Wall Tats, what would you attribute a lot of this success, a lot of this support, a lot of this love to? Is it just your, would you just say it's just your work ethic? You just, you refuse to fail. Would you just say you have that much of a strong support system around you? Is there anything specifically that you can attribute, where the Wall Tats has gotten to today?
Bro, it's actually it's pieces of everything. Like I literally use like everything as a lesson. Like I just add to it. Like before I started this, I was working at a car dealership. So as far as like business structure, like and how they run their business and just certain things, how they keep their stuff filed, like keep the records of everything. I learned that from them. Like I've had like business coaches that I've talked to learn like how to set up entities and get funding, get and basically like how to write business proposals, like and just studying different people and just adding like little bits of everything. And my support system, like my family here, like I work at the crib. They help me get the printer too. So you know what I'm saying. They always spread the word and everything. Like that's just how it is, man. So it's just a little bit of everything, bro.
I love to hear it, and I'm definitely pushing you. I'm definitely rooting for you. Definitely excited for you. Excited for everything that's to come. So now, just thinking about where we going into kind of the fifth month of the year in May, and we're almost halfway through the year. Honestly, is there anything that you can think of right now without spoiling too much? Because I know you always got something up your sleeve. But is there anything that you're that's on the immediate horizon for you? Something that you really want to knock out, whether it just be a new skill, a new event, a new partnership, anything like that that the people can look forward to?
Man, like really every day is an adventure. So it's like I have some stuff that I want to do, but I'm not quite all the way there yet. But I got some new skills I'm trying to work with as far as like printing and as far as just what I can print and how I can make things a little bit different and separate myself a little bit more from other people. But really, man, I can't even tell you everything. I just know every day I'm not going to stop learning. So it's like I can't even tell you what I'm going to learn down the line. It's just it's going to fall into place when it's supposed to.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better myself. So, as someone who I have actually never been to a pop-up shop as a business owner, I've been, on behalf of just a guest or just wanting to, or an organizer of some, but never actually as myself, just talking about my business, my craft and everything like that. But definitely something that I look forward to doing in the future. So, but as somebody who, I've seen you attend a few now, can you just talk about that experience? Talk about, any lessons learned from it, any connections that you were able to make from it, and just the atmosphere and vibe that, and I know each one is a little bit different, but just anything memorable for you that has been for all the pop-up shops and different events that you've attended so far.
Well, for me, man, it's kind of like a paid vacation type of thing, man. So it's just like I get to travel, go different places. I try to go to different cities, and then everywhere I go, like I go there early. I go around every table. Like I get to know every business person, see what they doing. Like I support as many of them as I can. Just try to build connections with them because at the end of the day, we all like in it for the same thing. Like we made a business for a reason. We want to make some money. Like we want to build some connections. And I'm saying, and as far as us, like it's normally us at a lot of the spots. So it's I'm saying, like we all we got at the end of the day, man. So we got to support each other. So that's just really what I do. I just kind of try to go and like spread as much love as I can and just present myself. And then I kind of let the work speak for itself. And then that's really my main thing. I just want to go and just bring myself to other people and just try to network.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Just going to, read the room. Just going to, I think that's something that's kind of a mantra that I take to whenever I get to somewhere, obviously, depending on the setting, depending on the vibe permitting, definitely try to get to know the people in the room, or just get to know who you're in the room with. Because I sometimes it just makes me think or make me wonder, like, have I ever been to, or, and I know I have I been to different events or just been in different spaces and I didn't know really who was around me? And what they, could have done for me, in that moment or moving forward, or just a connection I made, had I opened my mouth or had I just put myself in position. And I mean, I say that with sometimes realizing that sometimes you just can't. Sometimes just the setting, the event, whatever it is that you're there for, it's just hard to do that. Or maybe it's just structured in a certain type of way where it's no real time to kind of break off. But it also just always keeps me on my toes about, wanting to know who I'm around, wanting to make myself, not being afraid to step out of my comfort zone and introduce myself, talk about what I do, carry business cards and different things on me, just have small stuff, just because you never really know what can happen for you, who can propel you into the next direction. And so that kind of just leads me into my next question too, just in wanting to think about how you got started, and really just thinking about how other people out there may have different hobbies, may have different things that they do on a daily basis that they don't even realize that other people could use too, or that other people like or admire. So what really could you say for others out there, who may just not realize that, they have, or may have a hobby, but they just have trouble getting started, or may know that they want to do something in their head, or inspired by something else, but they may not know where to start necessarily? Because that's kind of how you were. Like you said, you looked at kind of Cortland, again, just bringing up him, and looking at his wall and knowing that that's kind of something you wanted to do. So then you kind of started to, move in that direction, but you moved in it personally just for yourself, but then other people kind of started to take from it and want to use it. And so then eventually you got started after kind of taking some time and not having access and different things like that. So what would you say to people out there who may not really know just where to start or how to start?
Man, it's new every day. And again, like for what I do, like I don't know anybody who does this. So like most of the things I learn, like I learn from people doing different things and place it into like what I'm doing. But as far as like doing something that's different and nobody's ever done, the best thing I can say is like nobody's gonna love what you do more than you love what you do. So it's only gonna go as far as you take it. Like so, if you like for me, like I will always post on my personal Instagram and social media, like the new posters I made or like posters I made for other people, and like just constantly doing it all the time. And they're like, "Damn, like you really do this all the time." And so it's like when people see that, they'll they'll really take you serious, and then just don't be afraid. Like just you know what I'm saying. Even if it's different and nobody ever done it, like you just gotta make it you, like, cause can't nobody do you like you. So, like, I know even if somebody did make another Wall Tats, it's not gonna be me. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just move how you like to move, man. Just be confident in what you do and go 100% on it.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I always love, when people come on here and really just echo some of the things that I say and just how I feel and what I'm thinking, just so that I know I'm not crazy. And I mean, whether people really came on here and agree with me or not, I would still know I'm not crazy. But the fact that you said that, like, it just stuck out. Nobody is gonna, do you like you. You know that if somebody, pops out with another printing business or something like that, that it's not gonna be you. And that's really just the whole basis of my lane, of my, of how I think. Like I've literally had people reach out to me asking me, like, well, telling me, one, that, I motivated them as far as the podcast goes and everything like that, but asking me, like, would I feel any type of way if they kind of started a podcast or anything like that, whether it was similar to mine or just in general. And man, I'd be remiss. Like, I no, like, never. Like, and if I was, like, who am I to do that? That's not okay. That would basically mean I don't want you to win.
Bro,
Your podcast is not going to be 100% like mine. You're going to talk differently. You're going to bring on different people. So it's just like, yo, I encourage you to do that. Yes, let's even collab. You feel me? Like, it's just like, once you recognize your lane and who you are and what you do and the spin that you put on it, you may not do giveaways like I do giveaways. You may not prepare your questions like I do. You may not do as many visuals. You may do more visuals than me. But at the end of the day, I just want to learn from you. I just want to, inspire, support you. And I know that at the end of the day, you're going to be in your lane. At the end of the day, I'm going to be in my lane. And it just kills me just because I feel like sometimes we focus so much on, competition, or just worrying about if who's supporting the next person or what they're doing, and who's bringing out this, who's releasing this, or why are they doing the same, or why is that so. Look, just worry about you. Just stay in your lane. At the end of the day, nobody is going to do you like you. Everybody has similarities. Everybody has inspirations. Everybody has to start from somewhere. It's even mainstream artists, people who we post every day, who doing the same thing, but we still supporting them, but we still buying it, but we still, reposting it, and they don't have a care in the world for it. And it's not really as authentic as, the people out here who are really busting their butt day in and day out. So it's just like, man, it's really just crazy to think about. And it's really just crazy to see. But I know having that attitude, I know having just that mindset is going to take you a long way, bro. And it's crazy just to see the success thus far. My boy is creeping on 700 followers. My boy has a lot of support. And like he said, he has some things pending and loading. And so he's always at the pop-up shop. He's always making things happen. And the turnaround time is crazy. He got me my poster in 2 days. In 2 days, I was just slow on checking the mail, but when it came, I was just, satisfied with it. From him branding himself to the stickers that he uses to just, he goes around in different places in different cities and stuff that he's at, and he just places a Wall Tat sticker, on I've seen him on light poles, I've seen him just on different walls, I've seen him on bulletin boards. That's just crazy branding. But it's just like somebody who comes out with their own printing business might not do that. That's his lane. That's what he wants to do. That's how, he's going to get known. He's having fun with this. And that's the biggest and the greatest thing to see with this. So, before we wrap things up, Rod, I definitely do appreciate, you coming on here, you being able to, as you did, give me my flowers. Definitely appreciate it and love. But for everybody out there, just like I said, who may not have known you, who may even be interested after hearing this interview of tapping in with you, can you just let them know where they could find you on social media, and how they could get in contact with you?
Yeah, man. So you can follow me on Instagram. My personal Instagram is thehotrod8, TheHotrod 8, and my business page is the Wall Tats, and everything's consistent, like thewalltats.com, thewalltats@gmail. You know what I'm saying? The Wall Tats on Instagram, like all of it's fine. So it's easy to find me that way. And also, I want to let you know, bro, like on the last question you said, like about other people like competing, like I can't wait for somebody to come up to me and say they want to do something. Like I'm gonna tell them everything. Like I can't wait. I can tell them everything, like what to look for, all that stuff, man. It's just I'm like the opposite. Like I don't. It ain't got to be competition. Like yeah, I'll tell you all of it. You know what I'm saying? Just holler at me.
Absolutely. It's crazy. One of my boys from Philly, Michael, a big shout out to him, a family friend of mine. He actually reached out to me because I think he said, or a friend of his or something like that was interested in starting a podcast. And so I said, all right, hold on, bro. Let me get in my right mind. Let me sit down, send you some voice messages. I sent him like 4-minute plus voice messages just about what I did, how I got started, equipment, different things. Like you said, bro, I want you to get right, because me giving you this information, me passing along this information to you, I know that basically I got a lot of my information and my motivations and different things like that from my professor at Syracuse University when I was doing my master's. Okay, well, I know my boy Mike is not doing his master's right now. I know he's not at Syracuse University, so he may not get access to this information the same way I did. So why am I withholding that, or why am I feeling like I got to be secretive or not giving you everything? No, I want you to get all of this, because then you take that information. I told him I didn't know too many sites as far as distributing my podcast and how I kind of wanted to go about it. So I also told him in there, if you find anything or if you come across any sites in your research, let me know. Well, what if he comes across 2 sites that are better than what I'm using, that could help me make more money, that could get me sponsorships or something like that? Had I withheld that information, I would be blocking my blessings. But I'm not gonna get too deep on y'all, man. But it's really just crazy, like how much I just want people to to really eat, bro. And I think I definitely see the same in you, just with how it became a thing of just support. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, background you came from, fraternity differences. We could have been in different organizations. We could have different team, whatever. Let's just eat. Let's get right. Because at the end of the day, you can know something. I can know something. You put it together, though. That's a lot of knowledge, a lot of gems. And then we could just pass it on to other people it become one big knowledge circle, bro. So I definitely do appreciate you in that regard. And I'm rooting, like I said, bro, I'm rooting for you. Appreciate everything that you're doing. Appreciate, for coming on here, for tapping in. And before we close out, you feel like, if there's anything out there that you want to add, anything that you feel like we haven't touched on, whether it just be about you, whether it be about the Wall Tats, whether it just be about the business or entrepreneurial life in general, definitely just let the people know, bro.
Oh man, so we talked about a lot in it, but I would say, like, for anybody who's trying to go into business, or just know that it really doesn't matter what the business is, you're the business. So like you have to get yourself straight in order for like any business that you want to do to even be successful. It could be the best product or best whatever, but if you're trash as a person and you ain't got your stuff together, people ain't rocking with you, or you know what I'm saying, you just got to make sure everything align. Like how you do anything is how you do everything. So just take care of yourself first and always know that you're the business.
How you do anything is how you do everything. I think that's a perfect note to end on, my dog. So once again, thank you. Thank you for, coming on here, showing love, being humble, being gracious. Definitely grateful to be able to share this space with you, and definitely excited just for everything to come. I know we did the giveaway already, but I feel like we got something else coming up for the people. I haven't quite thought of it yet, but we definitely going to wrap offline and get something together, because I feel like it's just too much out here to, not be blessing the people. And to everybody out there, like I said, I definitely apologize. I'm never going to take this long of a break on y'all ever again, but I got to make sure that I come correct when I do come with the content. So appreciate y'all as always, for checking in. Always feel feel free to follow us at down2business and then podcast on Instagram. Definitely check out the link in our bio where you can find, the episodes, the merchandise. Feel free to shop with us. Might have something dropping new for y'all soon, but appreciate all the support up until this point. It humbles me, man. It really just makes me want to do more for y'all, bring y'all more. And so that's why I continue to do what I do. So without further ado, I definitely do thank everybody out there. Thank you, Hot Rod. This has been another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner.
Already, my guy.